Well, it has been about a month or so. A lot has happened in the garden. All my corn is gone. Didn't even get to harvest that corn because the rats got to it. But we're going to go through what has happened, success, failure, all the rest. Yeah, and we are growing food currently in pots in the tropics. Well, it's the subtropics, but it is very, very hot this time of year because it is summer. Yes, do I know what I'm doing? No, not really. Kind of, but not really. My grapevine, let's start with this. Look at that. So because we don't use any pesticides or sprays or whatever, yeah, I know, most of the bugs have completely wiped out. Oh, talking about the bugs, check that out. How cool is that? Look at your beady eyes, they're fake eyes. Yeah, we're just letting the bugs finish off the last of the leaves because I did manage to get some grapes. Here is the footage somewhere on the screen. Grapes, and they were 100 times better than any store-bought grapes. Not that I ate a lot of grapes, but holy crap, they were awesome. They were juicy, they weren't meh tasting. Yeah, whatever they do to the grapes in the supermarket, wow. You should probably grow your own grapes at least once or twice so you can actually see what they're like. That is a huge caterpillar. Look, there's even a moth. Why is there a moth in the sun? Silly, silly moth. It's like 30 degrees Celsius, so a few Fahrenheits. What's that, 80, 82, something like that. Anyway, grapevine is pretty much done its thing, so all these leaves are going to die off anyway, so we might as well let the bugs eat them. Yeah, I didn't even prune it down, but it's fine. Okay, what have we got in here? We have a guava. And I think this one is yellow cherry guava. There are still some guavas in here. I've got bags to protect them from fruit flies and stuff. Can't even really see them through the bag. Oh, can we? No, we can't. They're little round guava-y things. I've never tried a guava before, so hopefully they won't be horrible, but we'll find out. And behind the guava, we have an absolute jungle of plants. Yeah, guavas are doing well. There's Benji panting because it's like stupid degrees. Something has been eating my purple guava. Can't quite see who's been eating that, but it'll be fine. I have actually trimmed down a few of those guavas anyway because, yeah, they get 5 meters tall and they're still in pots, and they're going to be in pots for about a year or so. Behind the guava, we have one of our pawpaws. This was one of the seeds that I planted about a year ago, and with all the rain we've had in the last month or so, that has completely taken off. If we creep down here, and I have actually, in the last couple of days, been removing all the weeds. I haven't got all the weeds, well, most of the weeds, but you can actually see in here now because there was so many weeds, so much growth in here that, yeah, we were getting fungal infections in the plants from the humidity and all that. So, oh look, there is a cane toad. Great. That's a South American toad, which should not be here. Toxic if someone chews on it. Otherwise, see if we can grab you. Gotcha. Toad. So those are the poison glands behind the eye. You're a pretty toad. Pretty toad? Did I call you a toad? You're a pretty toad, but you cannot stay in my garden. Let me just remove him. It is kind of weird and interesting to note that in the last 25 years of living here with the toads, they have evolved, well, adapted, not really evolved, probably evolved, because I think all the slow ones have been wiped out and the faster ones are the ones that keep reproducing. They used to just sit there, and now they kind of take off when they see you, and they can climb. That is pretty high, so I don't know how on earth it got up there, but yeah, they seem to be able to hop up things and climb. And that's like 30 centimeters, so go figure. And that was a little toad. Anyway, where were we? The pawpaws. Look at that. Okay, there are 4 pawpaws planted in this pot. That one has taken off. These ones have not, probably because they're not getting much sun now, but tough. You know, survival of the fittest. You can't sort of make all of them survive. Well, you can, but we're not. Yeah, and then there's some more in there. So there's 4 in there, 4 in there. I think there's a few other pots of 4 of them somewhere. But that one has just grown nuts. So I'm guessing it had a little bit more sun. It's got the same nutrients, but now it's sucking the nutrients away from those. They're probably not going to go well. Just interesting that if you plant a lot of seeds, some of them are going to do better than others. So never just plant 1 or 2 seeds. Miracle fruit, that is hidden under here. It needs more sun, so I probably should move that. But it is early morning, and as the sun comes over, this gets blasted by sun anyway. I may jump back there later in this video, depending on how long this video is. But yeah, miracle fruit under there. Okay, that's a euphorbia, toxic plant, shouldn't be there, but it's there. Fruit trees. I haven't really done much this season. We have had so many bugs on them. Yeah, look at all the minge and stuff. Oh, and actually over here where more of these fruit trees are, if you haven't seen all my fruit trees, there are countless videos on them, so if you go back far enough, obviously they were smaller when I got them, but that's how everything works. Check that out. Okay, if we can focus, those are aphids. Why am I not squishing the aphids? Because we actually had lady beetles turn up. I didn't have to buy any from Bugs for Bugs, which is the natural way of wiping out stuff. Ants are a pain. Well, that was an Argentina ant, which shouldn't even be here because, yeah, they harvest, well, they play with the little bugs and get the nectar out of the bugs or the plant secretions. They play with their poop and wee. I know. There are so many of them. But anyway, yes, the lady beetles have started taking over, so I'm not worrying too much about that. I could spray them. I do jet them with the hose and survival of the fittest, but they are damaging all the new leaves on this, and I think this is the marsh grapefruit or something, which has never gone great from the start. So I think genetically this cutting is kind of screwed because one is next to it. It's kind of, I was going to say unaffected. That's another leaf curl issue, which is what, bacterial or fungal, whatever. Anyway, moving on. We may go into the cage later. Oh, actually, yeah, I should tell you about the cage. Let's go in the cage because interesting things have happened in here as well. If you saw any of the other things, the mites absolutely took over. Yeah, they sort of settled down a fair bit, probably because of all the rain and that. But my Cape gooseberry, this thing has taken off. It was only small, and I think those free-lined potato beetles, which I'm sure there'll be some. Oh, yep, okay. Those are their larvae. Little buggers, I missed those. I keep getting the eggs, but we had, I can't see them, it was a huge assassin bug. Well, it's actually a baby assassin bug, and it was wiping out the beetles. Oh, look, there's more. Okay, a few of them have hatched, and I have missed them this time. There's 2 beetles. Let's just place you in the sun. No, that's not a beetle. Oh, now, this is the most disgusting thing you'll ever see. See that? That is one of their larvae that survived, the free-lined potato beetles. They cover themselves in their own poop. Who does that? Okay, weirdos do that. That's who does that. Yeah, so you can eat that leaf, but that's all the leaf you're getting. Now the problem with these, oh wow, I have missed quite a few, haven't I? Wow, okay. I'm going to remove the ones that I can see here and come back. Oh wait, there is a beetle. Let's see if we can get there. Not only is that a beetle, it's laying eggs. Oh, there's Mr. Assassin Bug. Let's zoom in. There is the bug I was talking about. You see that pointy thing in its face, not the antennae at the top. Oh, he just bit his pointy thing in. They inject venom and disintegrate beetles. Yes. He's close to that beetle, so he's going to wipe that little beetle out. So I'm just going to come back in an hour or so and deal with that. So apparently assassin bugs really hurt if they bite you. Haven't been bitten by one, but now we know they are magically in the cage. They'll be everywhere. One thing that is annoying are those little grasshoppers. If I can grab you. Gotcha. They do a lot of damage. You have awesome blue eyes. Wow. So that's going over the fence, back in a second. And it is over the fence. I don't kill them. Why bother? Anyway, this was my ayahuasca vine. Well, a bit of my ayahuasca vine. It had absolutely taken over the whole entire thing. I am currently moving all the aquaponics around the side and hydroponics because, yeah, it got completely overgrown. I had to turn the, what do they call, solar panels off because they were covered with ayahuasca vine. It is like a bomb has hit my apple trees. I've pruned them a little bit. I know, probably not the best time of year to prune them. I really don't know, but they're actively growing. So I thought if I prune them while they're actively growing, they'll be fine. Look, there is another grasshopper. Oh, they are everywhere. Anyway, I still have one pair. That's my first pair. It is taking a long time to develop. Ayahuasca vine. Euphorbias, which is super toxic, which nearly got knocked over from all that ayahuasca vine. The figs. I gave up bagging the figs because they weren't growing. I'm not too sure why, so we'll just wait till next season and try them. This fig, I have to move that. If we have a look in here, absolute carnage. So I've just spent the last few hours trimming the ayahuasca vine, which has just got crazy big. They're just getting meaty. Yeah, it had completely covered the whole top of this. Underneath here, a whole lot of my cactus. And annoyingly, a lot of them have got damaged tips from bugs eating them, probably slugs and snails because it's been raining. So I'm just going to have to cut a few tops off them. The rest of them in there somewhere are perfectly fine. Yeah, I need to baby them a little bit, but maybe later in this video, this will all be redone. Or maybe in the next video, I'll do a tour and you can see it's not a complete overgrown mess like it is in this one. Yep, ayahuasca vine everywhere. I could probably plant more of those. Those are our carob trees, which were completely underneath the giant ayahuasca vine that had taken over. Just wow. Boysenberry, which will grow back. I had to trim that down, but there was actual boysenberries all hidden underneath it. So if you saw one of my last videos and I had one boysenberry, a lot more than one. Now in here, the finger limes, which I have not done anything with, apart from water them with the hose. Oh, okay. I did not notice that. We'll come back to the finger limes, just move spiders out the way. Our first pawpaws. Oh my God, they're probably going to be mingy covered in lice or whatever. Wow, okay, we have pawpaws. And they've kind of grown very, very tall. What's that, 10 foot tall? Whoopsie. Anyway, that's exciting. I just need to deforestation all this because the weeds are ridiculous. I did all this yesterday and I've got today off as well, so I'm going to try and finish all that. But, oh yes, sugarcane. I know, we're jumping. We will get to the finger limes, but the sugarcane, that's your black sugarcane. I did cut the bottom of the pot out, so it's growing through the pot. Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous. I probably can harvest some of that, can't I? That's just an old leaf. Sorry, won't harvest that. Yeah, we'll get back to the sugar thing soon. I do have tea and I do have coffee, but I don't think the coffee has produced coffee. But tea's obviously leaves, so they have leaves. Anyway, moving on. That is a finger lime. What is that? What type is that? Grafted for greatness. That is not the type. Oh, there it is. Just some Byron Sunrise. Okay. That is a finger lime, which has got little tiny limey ball things inside it. Oh, there's some more there. That is a dwarf. These will be fine to pick. Let me cut one in half and show you. Oh my God, that is delicious. So, inside it has tiny, tiny little citrus balls. Oh, geez. Yeah, okay, that's kind of nuts. That is super, super strong. Goes really well in gin. But that is a finger lime. They do produce a fair few of them, but you need to probably prune it a little bit. And they are sort of native to this area and down south a little bit. But yeah, that's exciting. The bananas, I really should not have planted all the bananas here, but in good news, only a few of them have taken off. That is the blue banana. That is huge. The other ones, I'm going to dig up and move down the back. A lot of them have not grown, like this one and those ones. But yeah, I saw how big bananas get. Yes, silly me. You should always research how big things are before you plant them in a stupid area. And this is a stupid area. So we're going to move those. More pawpaws from seed. Need to move that one. A lime tree of some type, which is not doing well there. Avocados, which were completely taken over by the ayahuasca vine. Dwarf peach, growing new shoots, didn't get any peaches. We have one mango. Look at that. One mango on a little mango tree. This is a jungle. I have not tidied all this up yet. Look at the massive spider web. That is ridiculous. Big spider there. So I need to move all the blueberries, which are all in there. I need to move my peanuts, which are just sitting there. And this weird tree thing. I have not done anything with this, obviously. And we have a giant jungle of cactus. So I need to tidy all this up in the next day or so. That is the coffee tree. Not producing any coffee, I don't think, or is it? It might be. They might be turning into berries. I'm pretty sure they're either flowers or berries. And I did flower a little bit before, so that might be coffee berries. Moving around here, I had to bulldoze that thing. Oh, another spider. Hello, spider. Yeah, that is back where we kind of started. And then we have cactus, which need a little bit of babying. They were in full sun early this morning, but we've got the frangipani tree blocking the sun out right now, which is good because these cactus do not like full sun here. They just fry. But everyone's going kind of well. Non-edible plants. Those cactus are technically edible, even though they were not eating them, unfortunately. And then that leads us to lots of more slightly toxic plants. And back around here. Yes, I might leave it at this. This is a little tour of what's happened in my garden in the last month or so. I'm going to get stuck into weeding, and yeah, there'll be an update on, some new plants that I got, which are over there. And yeah, generally going to make it a little bit more tidy, a bit more open. I might even put some gravel down or something and make it a little bit more user-friendly, I think. Oh, look, there's another bloody bug. Look at this. We can see you. We can see you. We can see you. Anyway, we will see you in the next video. Oh, the fun of gardening.